Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today's project is a little box and a decorated keyring. So I've been taking part in some Stampin' Up training, and one of the things that we had to do was to give our craft space a bit of a tidy up and a clear out. And in the process of doing so, I came across this pack of keyrings that I'd clearly bought quite some time ago from the Works, I think it is, yes, and hadn't done anything with them. So I thought, right, I'll use them up and get rid of them. And I recently also just purchased the fabulous Jolly Delivery dies that create this fun box. So the box has a little closure, and I'll show you that in a moment. You can change that closure. It opens like that, and then your little gift can just slide out. So this one says, "The world needs more people like you." And what I've been using is, again, trying to tidy up and reorganize and use up some of my supplies. This is the Something for Everything ephemera pack, and this one is the Saying Something ephemera pack. And I've been mixing and matching, chopping bits out, and also using up just some scraps from this Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. And I've got lots of scraps and not a huge amount of full sheets, so I want to tidy that up as well. So I have been making a few of these so far. Now let me show you. So here's one for a book lover, and on the back it says "Good Vibes." Yay, it's going to be a good day. And just a little feather on the back. This one, Shine On, with a lighthouse and just a little anchor on the back. We've got a Make-A-Wish and a cupcake on that one. And this one, Follow Your Heart, It Knows the Way, with a little butterfly on the back of that one. So I thought they were quite cute. Uses up some of my stash, and then I can just give those away. They might be customer gifts, they might be team gifts, they could be just random acts of kindness to people that I come across in daily life. I'll find out. I've got a couple of other ones that I have kind of prepared. And the pack comes with little pieces of paper that you can just put your own things. You know, I think they're probably designed for, you know, writing garage or shed or whatever on that, so that you would know what the key was for. But little motivational things, much more fun. So I've just chopped a few more pieces, a few more scraps of that gorgeous Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper to measure the same as that. And then I've got another one of the lighthouses. I don't have another one of the little anchors for the back of that, so I think that one might just be plain on the back. We can mix and match. All I've done with these is just simply add a little bit of glue, because it's just really to hold it in place whilst I get it into the keyring, like that. And then just use my paper snips to trim off that excess. That's a good thing about lighthouses. You don't need to know how long it is, really. And then my little Shine On, I'll use my other scissors actually. I just trimmed that down a little bit. I just kind of thought it was a bit too wide and was taking up too much space. Trim that. And then chop. Got my shine. And then the on. Like that. Just put a little bit of glue on the back of that. Again, it's just to keep it in place while I put it in. Shine. On. There we are. As I say, I don't have anything to stick on the back of that one. I didn't have anything else that was kind of nautical that would fit in other than a little fish. And I'm not really sure I want a little fish. So I'm just going to put it in as it is, like that. And then these are kind of tricky to go in. They require quite a bit of force that I'm not going to attempt to do on camera. Oh, that one went in, no bother. Made me a liar. There we go. So that's another one made. I've got some more. I've got another one of these ones, and you'll see that that one is a little bit too wide to go on there, so I had to do a little bit of fussy cutting on some of them as well. Hiding my scissors for myself, but it was easy enough to just take that up and then just take a little bit off like that. And then same on the other side. I'll just take that in a little bit closer and then down like that. And because I've done it at the sides, I'll do it at the bottom as well. Like that. And that will now just fit on there. And then I can put my candle on there. And again, I chopped this up. So I chopped it to make and just took a little bit off top and bottom. Make a wish. There's not much I can take off that. Need to take a little bit off the end. Take a little bit off that end as well, just to make it even. And you get the drift. So we're just using up some of those bits of ephemera, little bits of paper to fill these key rings. Then I've got these Jolly Delivery dies. So this is part of a suite, but I'm just using these dies with using up some scrap paper. This is the little star bit. That is the closure on this one. And there are little notches in there. And this kind of little protruding bits there. And they line up like that to cut that. You have the choice of, stuck this to it, haven't I? We've got that star, we have a heart, and then there is a round one as well. So I'm going to try the heart one this time and grab one of the full sheets of 6x6 paper from this pack. I don't want that one, I don't want that one. I'm going to go with that one. And then you need to run that through like that, because that's how it fits on the page, but also that's how it fits going through the cut and emboss. So I've got that there. I'm just going to pop that in there so that those little pegs go into those little notches there, and I am going to just put a little bit of washi tape on that as well, because the last thing I want to happen is for that to move and go over the edge and buckle my dies. So I'm going to die cut that and I'll be back in just a second. This is how it now looks. I can put that to the side and I will sort out my dies later. But as you see, you've got this little bit here and it has your score lines for you. So all you need to do is just give them a little fold over, and you can gently burnish them with a bone folder as well, should you wish, to get a nice sharp line. Yes, I've got two there, and then two that way. And we've also got our little tabs, so I'm just going to fold them. I don't need to burnish them. And then at the other side, again, we've got 1 and 2. Same again. On there. So that's them all burnished. So this bit with the little slot will be the top flap on there. Now you can add glue to all of them. I just thought it was easier to get things in and out if you don't, because if you glue that, then you're restricted there. So I'm only going to add glue to these little bits here, and in fact you can fold it up without doing any gluing at all. It's probably a little bit easier to do that with card than just paper, because it's just that little bit more sturdy. But just folding that around so you've got a nice neat edge there, holding that for a moment and let the glue set, and then doing the same there. Okay. Now again, you can just leave that. I just preferred to have a little bit of glue at the bottom there to kind of hold that in place, just there. And this is easier when you put your hand inside it to hold that for a moment. But if you've got big chunky hands, you kind of need to do one bit at a time. So holding that in place, that has grabbed. And there. Okay, so then we've got our little envelope ready to pop in the keyring that we've just made. You can add much more decoration to these if you wish, and again I used up some of my ephemera. So you fold those together to get that through, and then just fold it back on itself and it holds it beautifully like that. For this one I used, I think this said especially for you or just for you or something like that, and again, so I could use that here's to you, and I could just put to you on there, and just chopping and changing what you've got. There you go, there's a so happy for you. I could just chop that down and put that for you. Let's just do that. I'm trying to use things up. So because I've got just a short space at that end, I'll do a short space at that one there, and I don't think I'll bother. I'll just pop that on there like so, not taking that down any further. And on that one I just put some stars that were in the Something for Everything ephemera. I think I've got a little heart here I could use. Yeah, let's just put that little heart on there on this one. Like that. And there we go. We have, that one was in there. Phase 2 different little boxes containing fun, motivational, inspirational, so key rings. And there we have it. How cute are those? Super sweet, super simple. The dies do all the hard work for you on that. You just need to do a little bit of gluing and a little bit of decorating. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please click on that subscribe button, click the bell, get notification the next time I upload a tutorial. Until then, please do take care. Bye bye.